This is Secondary Math 2 Unit 7 review. I'm going to just go over Section 7.1 for this video. So when we're dealing with special right triangles, we need to know what those special right triangles, how they're set up. So this one involves a 45-45-90 and a 30-60-90, so I'm going to draw both of them. So that can be my 45-45. So whatever this value is, I'm going to use A, because why not? That's going to be the same. And this is going to be whatever these side lengths are times the square root of 2. And then we also have a 30-60-90, where across from the 30 is going to be like my short side. Across from the 60 is the longer side, and that gets multiplied by the square root of 3. And then your hypotenuse is twice this short side. So I'm going to look at my triangle and first figure out what it is that I have. So I have a leg of a 45-45-90. Okay. So I can find that the other leg is going to be the same as this leg, 7. Doesn't really help me though. I'm going to find that the hypotenuse is going to be whatever the square root of, or whatever 7 times the square root of 2 is. So when we're getting bigger, we multiply, and this is what we're multiplying by. So I have 7 square roots of 2 here for that side. Well, now that corresponds with across from a 60-degree angle in this triangle. So that's what that corresponds to. So to get to the short side, to get down here, I'm going to have to divide by the square root of 3. So I'm going to take that side and divide by square root of 3. So I'm going to take 7 square roots of 2 divided by the square root of 3. Now we can't have radicals in the denominator. That's not okay. So we're going to fix it by multiplying by 1. Make sure this color shows up. But I'm going to multiply by 1 in the form of square root of 3 over square root of 3, because that's still 1, so I'm not changing the value. But something happens. When I multiply straight across, I get 7 times square root of 2 times square root of 3. So that's going to give me the 2 and the 3 can multiply because they're both underneath a radical. 7 square root of 6. And then square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is either the square root of 9, which is 3, or the squares undo, and it's 3. So in this first one, this is what that side is. The process is simple. What gets complicated is the having square roots in there. Okay, and then on this one, I have the hypotenuse, so we don't have a color for that one yet. I'll just use the green. And I think the baby's waking up. So I have the hypotenuse on this triangle right here, 7. I need to get to the long side. So to do that, I first have to go to the short side, because you don't go from the hypotenuse to the long side. So if I'm getting smaller, I'm dividing by this number, 2. That's going to get me to that side, which is purple. So this is 7 divided by 2, or 7 halves. You could also think about it as 3.15. That's fine as well. I'd take either answer. Okay, so now to get to the long side, this time we're going from the purple to the pink. We multiply by square root 3. So I multiply by the square root of 3. Keep in mind that when you're multiplying fractions, the process of multiplying by just the square root of 3, so not rationalizing like we did over here, it's over 1. So the 7 gets multiplied by the square root of 3, and then they can't simplify, and 2 gets multiplied by 1. So then those are your answers for 7, 1.